Why is it important to keep their arms up? Why is it important to keep their arms from shooting down around my hips? A couple reasons. Because the minute I go into the pike, as soon as I go into the pike, I'm elevating myself up off of them, and if they're able to get a hand up underneath there, they can post on me, keep me away, and shoot another guard structure. This is what I don't want to happen. So as I'm back here, and I'm fighting for my bottom side underhook, and I get up under here, and I lock his leg in a half guard, now I start to walk him around. His natural inclination is going to be to shrimp his hip out, okay? So if I hold here and he starts, let's say I'm right here and I only get to right here and he realizes, nope, he's got my knee locked down and he shrimps, okay? If I don't lock his knee down, this knee comes straight through just like this, and now he's pushing into another guard structure. So if I lock him down, okay, and I'm holding here, if he puts his leg out and he's just trying to get his hip back down to the mat, he knows I'm lifting him up, he just wants to get his bottom hip back down and get the high side hip up. Watch what happens if I stay on the leg. If he puts his foot out and starts trying to scoot out, he's flattening himself out for me. Okay? So as he flattens himself out, now, you know, I'm walking up underneath. Arms are high. Okay? If I don't have his arm up high, and I don't do anything, let's say I don't do anything with this, some of you guys weren't messing with this one here. Okay? I put my head down, pike up. At any point in time, he's got to post off of my hips so he can create space for him, go right to butterfly. Flip. And now I just worked and lost all that process, or that progress. Okay? So now, we're running out of time. I want you guys to get your rolling time in, so we're going to cover the extraction. So I've gotten, lock it down as best you can. Okay? I've cut through, and I'm here. High. Okay? Head is low. I can't lose this high side underhook. A lot of times, we see that people start trying to push this bottom knee. They want to push the bottom knee. Okay? The bottom knee is the hardest one to push. Start trying to push the bottom knee, well, everything's on it. All my weight's on it. All his weight's on it. Friction of the ground is on it. Okay? So once I point my toe, and I go ahead and twist my hip the rest of the way out. It's that small little movement. I literally shift my toe flat. I shoot my foot as flat as I can. Shoot. Now it just comes straight out. Okay? So he can hold it. Hold light. He's up around my calf area. Okay? I'm pointing my toe. Now I'm going to let my hip slide up into this hole. I'm going to pull tight. I'm caught right here. He got it. Point the toe. Shift that hip through. Now I'm not going to target the back one. I'm going to try to target the top one. And then I shift my hips out. Push.
Can you do that with your toes one more time?
Okay. Reagan, I love it. I knew that's exactly what was being said behind my back. So I'm here. She's going. So here, my knee comes through. Just want to pull my knee through. Now here's a little tip. Don't try to pull your leg out. Don't try to pull your foot out. Watch this. Try to pull him to you. Try to pull him into a ball. Watch. I got super high on him. Now it's even harder for him to hold. Now point. Now just shift and it comes right out. Okay? Too many times, people get keyed up with trying to pull their leg free. You don't pull your leg free, watch. Get it as far deep down on the heel as you can get it, like this. Point the toe. Twist the hip, and pull it out. And it's a very exaggerated hip twist. Okay? Don't try to pull your leg through it. Ball them up as best you can. We're going to flatten them out. Then we're going to ball them up where they're like this. Okay, so we can work in this condensed space. Here, got my underhook. I'm going to ball him up and pull. Make sure I'm super, super tight. Leg gets pointed. Switch my hip. Hard. Now I'm going to drive my hip up under the armpit. Slide out into Kesa Gatame. Push. Here's the key. The lower you are toward his legs, the harder it's going to be. The higher up here you get, easier it's going to be. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Half guard. So earlier we worked on cross knee pass, pike up, hit your cross knee pass. Now we're going to do the exact same thing, except we're going to push through to the mount, and then we're going to work the counter off of that, and then we'll go from there. So if you guys have not figured out or seen it, what's happening now is I'm taking all the footage from the first class of the night. That's getting posted via in sections and parts on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, so you can catch up with that. And then the latter parts will go on, which is late class, will go on the latter part of the week. We'll go on the latter part of the week, Thursday or Friday, and it'll be posted as the 3rd, 4th, 5th, or whatever series in the video series. So we're on half guard, how to pass. Earlier we covered all the underhooks and all the philosophies of how to get there, the whole idea of flattening them out on their back, and then we went into the cross knee pass. Okay? Right now we're going to look at pushing through to the mount. So he's got underhooks. He's high-sided here. We worked on opening in the head control. Okay, so what we're going to look at right now is exclusively going across the backside. We're going to go back across the head, not a cross face. So we're going to come under here, and we're going to work around to this side. Now, the thing we have to be conscious about is once we get to here, and I've got him balled up, is if he starts trying to dig up underneath me and go to the leg. Now, there's an entire series of things that happen from right here, depending on your style of game. If he goes up underneath here, this can be pretty threatening. For me, I really don't mind this so much. I feel like when I enter floating series, I do pretty well here, and I'm okay with him trying to dig up underneath me because ultimately it takes him out of this half guard posture right here. It takes him out of this entire this point of the game. So I'm kind of okay with getting here. I don't want him going away from me. I generally tend to fight the underhook from folding the leg and kind of folding back this way, which we'll talk about that here in just a minute. Okay, so he's not necessarily trying to get the underhook yet. He's kind of bracing against me. So he's kind of here, and I go across on this backside, and I'm starting to reach through here, and I want to keep his head close to me. I don't want him to work his way away from me. So now I can start to flatten him back out the same way as we did before, and I've got this hand on his side, and I'm kind of back to where he can't reach up underneath this far side leg, and I'm based out real good and wide right here. Fishing my underhook on this side. Okay, now I come across, head is going to go down, I'm going to catch the elbow, bounce until I get this tip of this knee through. Now we're going to drive across. And now what happens here is I always get to this point right here, and this leg is going to stay attached. Okay, so we're going to stay right here. I'm going to walk this arm up, going to get to this high side elbow point, and we're going to stop. So he's dug up underneath. I come and I blast the head on the backside here, keeping him tied up underneath me and balled up. And I'm following back, working my way back here, staying super tight. Don't let him dig. My posture is going to kind of keep him from digging here. Come up underneath, fish my underhook. Now, once I get my underhook, I'm just going to kind of start to walk. Okay, mount super wide, flatten him out a little bit. Now, this hand is going to come up underneath, coming across far side, bound up, dive my knee across. Okay, once my knee comes across, working my way up high, up underneath. I'll show you how to get this leg out here in just a moment. Close. Dive across to the mount. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.